Starting at the group homepage, we're going to take a look at how we can communicate and add content to our group through updates. So we'll click Updates on the left. We have a description box where we can enter information to communicate with the group. In addition, we notice we have a toolbar at the top here. We can customize words with bolding, italicized, and underlines. We can also create bulleted indentations, either in this way here, or we can also do a numbered list here. If you need to increase or decrease the end date, you can do that here. To increase it, moves it in, decrease it, moves it back. So there's some ways you can start organizing your content or your message that you want to send to students. You can also spell check. Another type of customization is changing the type of font up to 14. And then also within here, if you want to hyperlink to content, we can use this toolbar here called Insert Content. And we have a couple options. We can insert a hyperlink, we can insert a symbol or an equation. If we insert a hyperlink, we go ahead and let's say that we wanted to include this document. So we would go ahead and copy the shareable link of the document you want to include. And you would type your message, go ahead and highlight your message, select Insert Content, select Link, and then paste the URL where you want to direct it to. It doesn't have to be a document. It could be a YouTube video. It could be all kinds of other things that you want them to see. So this is one way to add content and communicate. Additionally, we notice we have a toolbar here at the bottom. In your updates, you can also include file uploads. So if you want to upload a PDF or an image or a video that you want students to take a look at through updates, you can do that this way. Once you click File, it'll ask you to identify the item on your computer or hard drive. At this point, you would go ahead and upload it there. So I'll select this. And let's say I want to take a look and put this image there for them to see. It'll be added there. You can also, this is also a place where you can add a link. So if I click link, I'm just going to use that same link that I had for this document here. Paste it there. Give it a title. Go ahead and click attach. And we can also attach files from our Google Drive. So if I click resource, and maybe there's something that's not necessarily, public, like a website or YouTube video online, but maybe there's an item in my Google Drive I'd like to share, or an item from my resources that I'd like to share with them. I can click apps and I can actually access my Google Drive from in here as well. And then at this point, I can search for the Google Drive item and then select it from the list that comes up here. Go ahead and click it. And then we would import link at this point. We're not going to choose import embed. You would just select import link. And we'll add that. There's also an option to, when you have an update, to upload an audio or video recording. So if you want to communicate with your voice or communicate to students or members of your group through either audio and video, you can go ahead and select these types here. Once you do that, if you select audio and video, it will prompt you to allow access to your webcam and microphone. Go ahead and do that so that you can either record your audio or record your video. If you do choose this option, you probably want to put it in the description box that that's something that you want your students to do. And lastly, you can also include a poll. So if you want to get information through the update feature, you can include a poll in here. And so these are your options that you would add here. And then you'd want to include information in the description box as well. So you may not typically be using all of these features at the same time, like I'm displaying them here. I'm showing them just for illustrative purposes. But if you did an update and you wanted to do a poll, you would probably, in your update that you make, it would only be a poll. So your question would be in the description box, and then your answer choices would show up here. Once you're ready and you're satisfied with it, go ahead and take a look down here, and it says this little plus icon. If you click this, this is the default setting we have. Any updates, because parents can see students' groups. So if there's a student in a group and the parent has access to that student's Schoology account, they've signed up for Schoology, they can see the update. And if you check mark this box, what this means is it will allow parents to see the update. Once you're ready, go ahead and click post. Oh, I'm going to take off the poll option here. Just click it and it goes away. Go ahead and click post. And there's the post that we see. Now I'm going to switch to the student perspective. Notice that the student perspective has the red bar, red coloring at the top. So if I'm a student and I go into my group, as soon as I come into the group, I'm greeted with the update that I see here. Any updates that you do post will come to the top. So the most recent here will always be at the top. You or the students have the ability to scroll through either most recent or only updates or polls and things like that. So that's a nice feature for students to see what they have here. Let's go back to the admin perspective or teacher perspective or counselor perspective in this case. If at any point you want to delete your update, you can do so here. You can edit it or you can delete it at this point. Students will be notified of group updates in a handful of ways. Firstly, students will receive an email. So if students go to their email, they will receive a threaded email from Schoology that says the teacher or the administrator of the group has posted an update. They can click it and they're given a direct link through their email to the Schoology group update itself. Another way that students will be notified is by simply going to the group itself. So by clicking groups, going to the group, and seeing under updates, a new update has been posted here. We do notice that students will not receive a push notification for the message that will come later, and they will not receive a bell icon when an update is posted. Another way students can be notified of an update to a group is by downloading and installing and setting up the Schoology Smartphone App. Once they install the smartphone app, they can log in with their GUHSD account, and then through their phone's settings, they'll need to allow push notifications for the Schoology app. Once they allow push notifications for the Schoology app, they will receive a notification on their phone that an update has been posted to their group. The last way students can be notified of an update to a group is through a text message. Students do manually need to sign up for this service in their Schoology account. To do this, students would click their icon on the top right, select Settings. Under the Notifications tab, they would click the link that asks them to add their cell service. Once they click the link, they'll be asked to enter their phone number and provide their service provider, Verizon, AT&T, and so forth. Once they do that, they'll notice a mobile column that will populate here where they can specify which notifications they want to receive. GUHSD, under Groups right here, has these defaults set up for students. If they sign up for the mobile service, they will receive an update. They'll receive a text message if they receive an update. This is also defaulted that if there's a comment on their post, they will as well. So make sure that your students have this set up so that they can receive text messages in case there's an update.